This video is how I profile and define the collar. So I will profile my piece of cane and define the collar. If you recall, we made little marks with the shaper, the two little black marks. And I'm going to look at, this is my profiler. I do have a line in the center, and I line up the center pins. So I'm looking this way. And I'm also looking at those two little marks that I made and trying to line those up. Hold my thumb on that very tightly when I think I've gotten it in the right place, and I'll put the straps on. If I really want to be sure that I have it in the center, I can actually measure on each end to be sure that I have a similar measurement. And it's off just a tiny bit. There we go. And my lines are matching up. So I will tighten the straps. Essentially with the profiling, I want to move, I'm going to try to do it with my left hand so that the visual is here. But I'm basically going to put the blade on the cane. I'm not trying to dig down too much in the start. I'm just skimming off the bark. And then I'll flip it. Skim off the bark again. And clean out the blade as I go so that there's nothing in the way. I don't ever want to pull on these because I could pull a fiber and tear. So I'm just going to continue to flip. And when I no longer get any cane coming off, then I know I've done everything. So I'm moving little twists with my opposite hand, getting these pieces out of the way. The cane has been soaked in hot water for about 5 minutes, and then I dump the hot water out and I seal it. I actually seal mine in a metal container, but it works the same as using a jar. So now, just rub my finger over this. It looks like I've taken everything off. And if I look carefully here, I can see that there's a little bit of a round slope right here coming off the bark into the reed. So now I'm going to define the collar. I actually find it's easier for me to do this while it's still strapped on. It's nice and solid. There's a bit of a line that's made right here, so I'm going to use my knife and follow that line. So as I do this, put my thumb in place as a guide, and I'm just going to rock gently. And I can either use my knife to do this, or my preference usually is to use a razor blade. So I can take off this little slope that I have, and then I'll go back where I made the knife mark. And it should just pop up if I get, there we go. So now I have a nice right angle here, so that if I were to pull my finger along it, I can really feel the edge, and I'll use that as a guide for my files. It helps to keep my reed from cracking as I'm working on making the tube. So basically, I profiled it, and then I define the collar here on this stage.